I think has been my best player. I think Maeda, in the Champions League in particular, not so much maybe against, but no Celtic player come out with any pass marks against Dortmund. But I just think right from the start, I think Brendan Rodgers has praised him in terms of his the fact that he's improving every year. Maeda, he's improving his touch. His pace has always been there. He's fantastic in terms of having a striker that closes down and works his socks off every single game. But I think he was labelled as someone like that. He works hard. He's brilliant at closing down. But also, have a look at his ability. Have a look at the goals that he can score. And the goals that he makes, actually. He goes around the full back and he cuts it back. Or his actually assists are quite high at Celtic as well. So, for me, yes, you can praise Kuhn, who's done well. Hasn't started every game, by the way, like Maeda has. So, Maeda for me would be my choice. But Kuhn, what a goal at the weekend, and he's also had a great start.
He keeps you guessing, Kuhn. So again, I heard some of the commentary and all that. Like you can't show him inside. He's only going to do one thing, but he's got the ability to go outside as well. So it can be difficult, Paul, for a defender. But that situation, you've got to keep him on the outside. But he's unpredictable. Like I said, he has the ability to go both sides. I think if you're playing against him, the deeper you get him and obviously facing towards his own goal is the best success defensively you'll have against him. But if he gets turned and faced at you and running at you, John, I've got a question for you in regards to Maeda. I'm not going to disagree with anything you said because I really like him as a player. I think he's got great quality. He can score goals. I know he's done that before coming to Celtic also. What would be the next step for Maeda? Because I think he's 26. I don't think he's that old. Do you see a step up to say a Premiership club for Maeda? Is he that level?
Well, he's a Japan international. He's played in World Cups and he's been, along with Matoma as well at Brighton. He's very well respected in his homeland for Japan. Whether or not he could make that step up to the Premier League level, I don't think he's technically great. Right, in terms of taking the ball in and showing that he's got a wonderful touch and he's got guile and things like this. I think sometimes he can be a bit clumsy. He can fall over the ball because I think he gets a little bit ahead of himself. But I think he's a wonderful asset for Celtic in terms of the way that they play, the way they want to play. He can run in behind. He can close down.
He just repeats efforts time and time again.
Craig, he's a real pest. And I do believe he's improved massively since he came in under Ange in terms of his goal scoring. Whether or not he could step up to the Premier League, listen, that would be. I'd be guessing.
He's still a good age. What I'm saying is he's still a good age.
You think he's
not? I think a team that probably don't play. He's not top six, not top 16, but in terms of hard working teams that is more about work ethic rather than individual talent.
But Craig, do you need more than hard work when you're stepping up to the highest level?
You know what, John? This is a great question as well because, and I'm sure you will agree with me. There's a lot of players in the Premiership that I think are just okay. That are just okay. Not everybody's this game changer magician. Majority of the squads I still believe are made up of top professionals. Great work ethic, staying fit, repeating effort, all the kind of things. So, question I asked you, and I was interested to hear your feedback on that. I think Maeda could go to a mid-table, bottom half Premiership club, no problem whatsoever. I still think that he's in that space where he's still developing his game. Yeah. That's continually improving.
And you can see that he has done, hasn't he, in the last year?
And you know exactly what you're getting. You're not expecting Maeda to get the ball and dribble past two or three players. No. Maybe he's gonna knock it 10 yards and put the afterburners on and woof, he's away.
But sometimes as well, clubs will take a chance on a player. Yeah. Clubs will just go, a manager will come in and say, look, I really like this player, I like him. I think I can get him to do other things than just to close down and go past players. And sometimes there is a risk. There's always a risk involved when you take a player So somebody might take a risk on Maeda and he could become a revelation down south. But for now, I think he's doing really, really well in this Celtic team.
That's why I'm trying to talk him away from.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's vitally important, Paul, in Brendan Rodgers' team. The way that Brendan wants his teams to play, close down, press high, he's perfect for the way that Brendan wants to play.